Hey, good afternoon. Courtney Scott here with Knowledgeable Media doing another mobile upload in this beautiful, rainy, 34-degree day on this January the 25th. It's actually one day before my birthday, January 26th. And so it is a blessing to be alive. Lots of things going on all around the world. And of course, there's no shortage of news. I want to thank you for taking the time to tune into this very short and brief commentary section here. And just wanted to touch base and kind of catch up. I know I haven't been doing many uploads, but I will be getting back in the studio soon, and I will probably continue on with more of these mobile uploads. But just doing my daily due, if you will, and listening to podcasts and things like that. So there seems to be a difference of opinions when it comes to this man, Donald Trump, and who he actually is versus what he said he would do. So yes, true and being, we have to give an individual time to implement their vision, hopefully pro-American values. We do have to give people time. I'm looking at what a person is promising versus what they will and are actually doing. Trump says that he is going to drain the swamp. What he's actually doing is actually filling the swamp, or refilling the swamp, if you will. So some of the picks and things like that, the Goldman Sachs guys, bankers and people that are connected to questionable parties and other people, I don't know what the necessity is for that. I mean, some people are speculating that he's doing that on purpose because then he can, keep his enemies closer, or that he can fire them and get rid of them. Hey, just cut and dry though. I mean, if I'm making a promise to the American people, the last thing I want to do is make it seem like I'm not keeping my end of the bargain. That's how I look at it, pretty cut and dry. I mean, when you want to get rid of criminality, and you want to get rid of questionable activity and things like that, not many people will revert to surrounding themselves with the very thing that they're trying to get rid of. And so, I mean, I highly doubt that sheriffs and sheriff's deputies and things like that, when they're trying to, rid the streets of criminal activity and things like that, they don't typically hire or bring on criminal activity. Howbeit, they do employ, or not employ, but use informants and things like that. I do understand that, but that's kind of different than different from surrounding yourselves in the cabinet. You're in this position for 4 years, elected by the people, and working with these people on a daily basis and expecting that they will be responsible with the positions that they've been, assigned to. So that's very questionable. Now, I am sorry, but I will give him somewhat of the benefit of a doubt as being a separatist from the norm or the elitist function, but I'm still very skeptical because he comes from too much money. And if you know, like I know, the IRS is not necessarily for the people. It's a governmental agency, and it's already been documented and well known that that particular agency, the IRS, has specifically targeted people that were dissenters or adverse to Obama and that administration. So I know that they're used, and they're not used in a good way. And as far as I know, no real American or no Americans are really favorable or have a favorable view of the IRS system. Hardly an American will tell you that they're actually for the people or they feel good about that organization. So, with that being said, there is absolutely no way that Trump could ascend to the heights of billionaire status without their involvement in one way or another, or their condoning or approving of his financial house, if you will, or order. Now, during the campaign, the opposing forces or Democrat Party and the leftist group were continually requesting that he produce his tax forms. So wait, you mean to tell me with the IRS as well as the other financial institutions being in the back pocket of these crony leftists, you mean to tell me that they couldn't enforce the production of his tax forms? I mean, they did everything else illegal. Look at Hillary Clinton's emails, Podesta and all that. The other scandals that were involved, the money missing for Haiti relief that the Clintons were supposedly dealing with and handling, and many other things. I don't need to list them all here. I'm sure you've had your fill of all the corruption and the scandals involving that administration and the Clintons. But if you really think about it, are the American people not giving credibility to where credibility is due when it comes to the criminal behaviors of the leftists and the elitists? Are we underestimating them and their capabilities when these same people are funding mass protests, George Soros, and Hillary Clinton is somewhere in there doing her dastardly deeds? I never used that term before, but my old pastor used to use that. That's kind of fun. Dastardly deeds. But anyways, these people, all these billionaires, there's only 500 billionaires in the United States. Okay? And Donald Trump being one of them. So, I contend, and my argument is that there is no way that he ascended to that level. Having a anti-establishment type of attitude, there's just no way they would have allowed him to make it past a certain financial cap. The powers that be, they are the richest. They are the wealthiest. These people trade countries like we trade baseball cards. Billions of dollars I'm talking here now. There's absolutely no way. The only way you can make it and ascend to those levels if you're rubbing elbows with individuals that are calling and running the numbers, if you will. So we know now that the stock market, well, you should know by now that the stock markets are heavily manipulated. It's now come out in the open. If you do your research, you can find where the banks are actually being busted and fined. Howbeit, the fines are nominal. They're basically nothing. They take in profits off of their criminality many more times what the fine is. So it's not even a slap on the wrist. It's like showing the public, we know what they did and we're taking care of it. Just trust us. We have the best interest of the American people in mind. Don't worry. Go back to living your life and we'll take care of that. We'll take care of this criminal behavior. All right. Don't worry. And so that's what they do continuously. So, there is absolutely no way. These people, and on another front, a few more minutes here, on another front, there is no way that this man, this individual came from nowhere, I should say, not nothing, but came from nowhere, ascended these levels with the promise of eradicating and cleaning the swamp, meaning get rid of all the bankers. So the central bankers he's going after, and all these other criminals. He's going after Hillary Clinton, who's probably murdered more people than all the wars combined. It's an exaggeration, but not by much, I'm sure. going after Obama. I mean, in other words, to make it short, he's going after everyone in control and in power, including George Soros. However, he hasn't been touched. His family hasn't been touched. I mean, things just aren't adding up, guys. So we have to figure this out because they're not going to present it to us for free. All right? That's just a brief synopsis, if you will, or where my mind is thinking on. And I think we need to wake up and smell the coffee, as the saying goes, because there's more here than meets the eye. Transformer, you remember that? You remember that. Anyways, Courtney Scott here on this beautiful birthday eve of myself, or yeah. So happy birthday to me. Appreciate you tuning in. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. And this is a question. This is a statement posed or question posed to you. Give me some comments down below in the comment section. What have you got to say? I don't want an emotional debate, a factual debate. That's where we get things done. All right. So thank you for tuning in once again. This is Courtney Scott with Knowledge Well Media signing off. Hey, and don't forget to find God in your day. All right. Be blessed. Thank you. Bye-bye.